1 2 1 2. You're good, Chris? Yes? RT Global? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Ayana Cezanne and this is RT Global, and today I am with an artist that I've been very excited to have the opportunity to talk to and like get inside of his head a little bit. We have Jimmy October here today with me, and I'm really excited to have you here because there's so much happening right now in your career that I think people want to have more insight into, like the run-ins inside what's going on in your head, the things that you're working on, the material that you're working on in the upcoming months, and I guess just your basic general direction of where your entire thought process. I mean, like, what's happening? Vacation has just dropped, people, and for those of they see you in a particular light, Jimmy October. This is something totally different. What has the response been like?
Crazy. The response has been, I mean, when you know you have a good product, it's all well and good when it's not out, but when it goes, like the day before it goes out, you're wondering, okay, what is this going to do?
Yeah.
How are people going to react to this? And then when the reaction is better than you expect or exactly what you expected, that's overwhelming in itself.
Of course.
It's positive and it's good and it's amazing, but it still is overwhelming because after that, you're going to wonder what next.
What's coming again?
And
exactly.
I think that's the hard part about it. But as far as that space that single is living in right now is a blessing.
It has Trinidad. I'm just talking about the immediate circles that we know about and the people who are in the industry and people. They're shocked by this shock.
I am shocked. I am shocked as well. I think the thing about creating and putting yourself in particular spaces is that you yourself, like I am shocked myself that I am in that space.
Yeah.
And that it's something different and that I am as in love with it as I was in love with what I was doing all the time.
Now, vacation is like a baby, I would take it. Like, this is something you've been crafting for a while. Stepping out, months, right? Stepping out of your, I guess, the comfort zone that people have attached to this, Jimmy October, the rapper.
Exactly.
And I think this single has really kind of given people exposure to you in a light where now they are actually seeing an evolution of Jimmy.
I actually tweeted like 3 o'clock this morning, evolving, full stop.
I'm sure you've got like retweets upon retweets and people sending you feedback.
That in itself is like not even knowing where you're going to go next. I think that's the life of an artist to a point.
Right.
When you know that you want to make the best music that you can make, but you don't know how you're gonna feel tomorrow.
Correct.
And you don't know where that creative part is going to lead you.
So what exactly inspired this whole? What inspired what was the vacation really? I know you did your little clips. We've been following him on Instagram. You did put out some videos.
Before,
Big up to Christian Kun who has been handling your visuals and your videography thus far. Creative directing. Christian Kalpi, who just shot the video as well for vacation. There's so many creatives around you as well. But what was the inspiration for vacation? Was it really giving people an introduction to this sound?
Definitely, it is. It's taken, as it says, it's taken a vacation from the regular.
Right. So there's a metaphor.
It's all around. Everything is. That's what it is. It's real, and everything is about an actual thought process.
Right.
And what is this going to tell the people, and where is this going to go? That is definitely something figured out in my brain. So it is taking a vacation from what the norm is.
Correct.
And in itself, like, that's just exactly how I feel right now. The last project that I put out was Something to Believe in with Naj. Shout out to Naj one time. And that project was more or less, as the name says, something to believe in.
Right.
The songs were very much a darker aesthetic and about more heavier things.
Okay.
So-
And the thing is, like, you say heavier, and you don't want to sound like you're weighing down a particular topic, but it's topics that you want to touch on.
Of course.
I mean, that gives you a
Without-
certain depth to it, to your
Without touching on those topics, I can't get to
where you're going.
a sound like vacation. And
Right.
that is the entire journey
Right.
of Jimmy October. I don't want to tell you what I'm going to do next. I want to show you what I'm going to do next. So, in terms of posting or interacting with people that follow me, you're going to be there every step of the way. I can't bring you in the studio.
You're telling a story.
Yeah, exactly. It is Jimmy October. It's a character.
Now, you see, that's a key thing, because I was going to get to this later on in the interview, but that is a very important question, because a lot of artists seem to create
Yeah.
for means of expression and really like embodying something outside of LaShawn, who has a totally
Something else.
different life, like on a day-to-day basis. Jimmy October is this persona. How is that for you, balancing that, like, real talk?
I'm a Libra.
Shout out to all Libras out there.
So balance
key.
is important. And I think the thing about sometimes Jimmy October is very different from LaShawn, because not just in terms of like being quiet or kind of being calmer at certain points. It's like the situation and the day-to-day situation that I'm based in as an artist,
Yeah.
Jimmy October, I have to quote unquote be some sort of a warrior.
Okay.
I have to work harder,
Right.
and in order to get things across, I need to actually work. I need to have a team that works,
Of course.
and I should say teams as well, because I have Overdose, and I am also building my creative team as well,
Okay.
and building other creative teams for other artists and with other artists,
Right.
so that we can have work being done to build artists in general.
I hear
It's
you.
not just about me, and it is about building in general.
Clearly, aesthetic
Very
is
important.
something that is very key to you. I see it in your social media platforms. I see it in just the way in which you conduct yourself on a... If anybody ever has the opportunity to work with this man, they will see that he is all about a certain specification. When you are dealing with, even you mentioned Overdose, that's a label. That is your label, Overdose. How has that been for you even now? There's so many hats is what I'm trying to say. It's like Jimmy October, then you're taking on the actual factuality of having a label,
Yeah.
which means now you are opening yourself to new, young, emerging talent that you kind of will help groom in a way as well. I know Naj is under...
It's I wouldn't call it a label yet.
Right,
It's a collective, and it's a hub, and
Right.
it's a home. And as of right now, it's me and Naj more than likely at the forefront.
okay.
And that's a type of experience where I don't really want that to be like a pressure thing, but it's building. That's the word that I would use to describe that in general. Having other people around to be able to learn from your experiences, or to be able to learn things. If I experience something and I know how to maneuver in this situation,
And you can lend
Exactly.
that wealth of experience
that
too.
is important. That in itself is very important, because we don't want to keep making reoccurring mistakes.
Mistakes.
And that's not Overdose. I'm speaking about as an industry,
Yeah.
and the Caribbean or Trinidad. We don't want to see reoccurring mistakes at all.
How has that been for you? Because I want to give the international viewership that are going to be looking at our interviews and the artists that we have coming out to the Caribbean. How is the experience of coming into the forum of the hip hop scene in Trinidad?
Yeah,
Really,
you
that's
would say that.
we would say that, right? How has it been for you coming in when we predominantly are producing? Soca is our mainstay, that is our national genre per se. Has that been challenging for you, like cementing? Because you are respected now in this game here. Like, there's no doubt about it. People know the name Jimmy October. How was that for you though, entering in, like coming into the whole space? And the support or lack of, because we like to talk about the realities of the industry, you know?
I think as far as whatever genre you're doing, for me, hip-hop, gospel, soca, reggae, it doesn't even matter. Yes, soca is the prime thing that we are focused on.
Right.
But I think that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what type of music you're doing.
Right.
It's gonna get difficult at some point. Maybe it's more difficult for a rapper starting off.
Yeah.
But when you're not interesting,
People kind of,
you're not evolving and you're not growing, and people can't sense that in your music or in whatever your brand represents, it's gonna get tough. So it's easy for me to say, okay, as a rapper, it's hard, quote unquote, whatever. But maybe if I was a soca artist as well, it would be hard.
of course.
So at this point in particular, I've grown to a point where I don't want any labels.
I hear that.
I'm a creator.
You're an artist?
I'm an artist.
Okay, so there's no labeling.
I'm a recording artist. I'm a songwriter.
Correct.
And wherever the journey takes me, whatever I learn, I'm also going to be some sort of guidance for people coming as well. I'm young too, and that's fine.
That's okay.
But we have different journeys.
Agreed.
And something I might have been able to realize today, somebody might have to face that tomorrow, and if I am able to get that across to them, that's gonna save them. If they're wise enough to catch up on it, that's gonna save them.
So there's a definite nurturing process.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Now, you come from Sangre Grande. I have East Side. I interviewed Kaz not too long ago.
Fuego.
And Fuego. There seems to be, and this is not now, because if we even look at prior to now, Bungie, there's a whole host, the whole East crew, there's a lot of talent. Do you attribute that to anything in particular? Because I don't know. There's very, very clear distinctions between North Port of Spain, East Side, and South. There are very particular things that take place and that help shape the people from these different areas of Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, all as a collective, we're from Trinidad, but what would you attribute there's so much talent coming out of Grande right now?
I'm not going to be able to speak on the past before me. I don't want to speak on that. What I can say is that as of right now, and I was speaking to Kaz about that 2 nights ago over the phone, in terms of drive, passion, and we already feel like we're far. We already, like seriously, we already feel like we're far from what I will call mainstream Trinidad. We're far removed from that.
Yeah.
And because of that, I particularly have the mentality that I need to grind harder.
Okay.
And I need to show what my passion is and work to a point where it gets to mainstream Trinidad.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that the aim is mainstream Trinidad. The aim is the world.
The aim is global.
But you conquer home as well. And in order to do that, it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
And because nothing is handed to us,
you have to work
we
for it.
have to go. And I think that is where that hunger comes from on the East Side.
It's real.
And you're going to see it. It's not just me. There's a lot more coming. And the world is going to see that.
He almost says that like a warning.
No, like it's real. I know it because I see it.
Yeah.
From like Kristen, creative director, he's from Grande. There is a particular passion in the way that the work is done. There are points that are going to be that are going to need to be improved in general in everyone as everybody grows.
Yeah.
But that's just how life is. Time actually develops that.
Okay, so You have a collaboration coming up with Steve Aoki. That has been buzzing.
Been buzzing for
It's
like
been
more than a
buzzing
year.
because y'all have performed when Steve was here for Life in Color. He came all the way to Trinidad.
Epic.
Epic performance.
Crazy.
And this man performed with him. And now there's a collaboration with you, Bad Royale, and Steve Aoki. What is the freaking vision for that?
I think first of all that's amazing for me is that I can't even practically put that together in terms of how it happened.
Right.
We had a record. Bad Royale and I, we were talking, we were vibing, we started something. Steve heard it, Steve came in.
Wow.
We recreated it. We turned it into something bigger. And now it's on his album called Colony. I mean, I'm excited because featured on the album is
That's
other rappers
crazy.
like Wale, Lil Uzi Vert. Like, to me, Gucci
Mane?
is like, it's obviously something big for me, and not just for me. I feel like it's something big for the country.
Of course, that's huge.
Being able to land things like that, to me, is something that everybody should pay attention to. And I will talk about it because I want everybody to know that those things can happen. Those things are possible.
And are people clued into that collab? Like, do people know about it? Is it buzzing around in the right circles to say that people are waiting on it?
I mean, we performed it in front of probably like thousands of people. So if they're not informed, they should know.
By now.
By now.
Right.
So, and they will know because the album is set to come in July.
Okay.
So that's definitely I'm checking that off right there. I know about Steve Aoki because I'm a huge Kid Cudi fan. From the jump, Kid Cudi taught me a lot about confidence
Yeah, of course.
and being yourself
Yeah.
and wearing those ripped
And
jeans
doing-
because
and
it's doing you now.
Doing you. That's what I was about to say. He's always
and
done
I
like
know
do
that
you.
Steve had worked with Kid Cudi early in his career.
Right.
So, I remember I was in Hyatt and Steve texted me and he was like, "Come to my room." This
What
is
did
the
you
number."
do? I'm sorry, this is not like me trying to sound. We're not trying to.
I'm with Naj. Naj was like, Steve, and I'm like,
And you
I'm
went,
running up to this room now,
hey, I'll be there in a few.
and that's like a dream come true.
Of course, that's a
In
dream.
real talk, not trying to butter up anything.
No.
That's like a dream come true.
Does the idea of performing these kinds of tracks with these collabs on an international stage like give you like real inspiration to just keep grinding that much harder? Because like people have already, we know that Jimmy October is not just for this local arena. Like you are going to be a global phenomenon. If you don't know that by now, all things that are dope and like done to a level of, I wouldn't say perfection because we don't really want perfection. It's not really entertainment. It's just balance.
Searching for balance.
Correct.
Continuously.
So like the idea of doing these tracks in an international domain, are you focusing on any artists in particular that really kind of like inspire you?
I think it depends on. I wouldn't say artists that inspire me. I think what it depends on is if I'm working on a particular project,
Right.
or I don't even want to say song. If I'm working on a particular project, I am going to be in that space
Okay.
for a long period of time. There's always going to be artists that I'm inspired by. Generally.
Right.
That's a concrete thing.
Okay.
Like Kanye West, Bob Marley, Marshall Montano, there's always going to be artists that I'm going to be inspired by. And the chances are those things don't change,
Right.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
That, like from growing up, there are people that you're going to look up to. There are people that are going to be a part of teaching you things without even being in their space. Being able to learn lessons from seeing the transformation of careers, for me, is something that I think other upcoming artists need to tap into, because there's no rule book. They're not going to show you what your process is going to be
Correct.
before you do it. That's not how it works.
Correct.
You have to live through your journey, and that's what I'm doing. So if vacation comes now, it does take Naj in my ear telling me, you have to do this because this is where you're feeling now.
Okay.
Calpi
Calpi.
saying, this is the video that we're going to shoot.
Tano.
We're going to push it to this point. We're leaving the sax at the beginning here, bro.
Right.
Because this feels right. Yes, it's going to take people around you helping you build that. But it's up to you. It's also up to you to be able to take advice, to be able to trust people.
Which is a crucial part of the entire process, huh? As an individual like yourself, because you're very individualistic.
It's hard. It's hard, and the song Vacation in general and the entire project, that in itself is a lesson to me.
You have moved now. I remember you mentioning this the other night, and it hit me that this is something that I really want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
You are singing in this song, Jimmy October. You are singing. You are now bringing a whole different flavor to your musical brand.
That to my
itself.
musical brand, to people. I started off as a singer.
Right, and even poetry.
And
So,
and I was telling Protege this like a few days ago that I started off as a singer, but I fell in love with rap because of storytelling.
of course.
And this is why I think it's a full-on process. I'm not saying I'm not rapping anymore.
Right.
What I'm saying is that I'm going through phases. I'm growing.
You are growing.
And if I did not go through that particular point, my songwriting would not have developed to a point to write a song like Vacation.
I hear you, and I understand what you're saying.
As a
Totally.
piece in general, Vacation is probably one of the best things I've ever
Ever done.
sculpted in
Right.
general, from start to finish.
And you are totally happy and like content with the evolution of it from where it
For
started to where it is right now.
I do get to I do get to say what my story is going to be. That's not up to me.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I have
but
to,
fortunately.
yeah, exactly. I have to live through things. God already knows. Yeah.
Have there been like specific periods in your life that have really truly caused or influenced to an extent the heartfelt capacity inside of you to really bring forth new music then? Had there been experiences in particular or one thing in particular that you can actually say, well, this moment in time was critical to my evolution as Jimmy October then?
When music became serious for me to this point was after a series of events.
Okay.
So my father passing away, Titan passing away,
Okay.
Trizzy Kid, he was a rapper as well.
From Trinidad.
Yeah, I met Naj through that. Things like that, my grandmother passing away, things like that became, I was a little bit more playful as a kid.
Right.
After things like that, that changed. When you start looking at life from probably every single perspective possible,
Yeah.
it narrows down to a particular thing, and is that thing or nothing.
How was that experience? I mean, because I've spoken with other people who life and death are things that are very intrinsic to, I guess, the makeup of a lot of how a lot of people evolve as human beings. We seem to take our evolution to a different stage when we deal with things that are particularly emotionally moving.
Yeah.
How was it going through the process of doing your music and like losing your dad? How did that really impact on you as an artist and as LaShawn? Like, we have the two entities, but at the end of the day, those two entities become one. How was that experience, and how has it influenced even your songwriting and the kind of things that you want to talk about and the things that you want to delve into more now as an artist?
It's a little bit of It's a little bit of pulling away and just allowing, being able to, especially with this, like I honestly thought, yes, vacation is happier music. And yes, that is because of being able to get things like talking about my dad or talking about regular life on something to believe in as a project. And I thought that that would have been, okay, get these things out.
Right. Put it out
And get
there.
those things out and they're out and it gets to happier stuff.
But is that really the way it works
and
though?
funny enough,
No.
that's not how it works
Right.
because this project sounds like something like if my father heard it, he would be like, wow. So to me, it still feels like I'm getting closer and closer to that,
Right.
even if I'm trying to run away from it at the same time.
You have some tracks coming out that I have been privy to. That song, Remember, in particular, which you have said is going to be more than likely included in your upcoming project.
Yeah.
That again is an evolution. I know when people hear it, they'll be tuned into a different element yet again of Jimmy October. If you think Vacation was something a little different from the norm, that track is even more getting into a space in which you really are emotive now. You're allowing the emotions to flow through you.
As time passes, it's just gonna get deeper and deeper. My songwriting or creative writing ability comes from my mother. My mother writes poetry.
Right.
She's written poetry for as long as I've known her.
Okay.
And I know that's where it comes from. And the inspiration to create bigger things, that's the root. The root is that, and the subject matter is living life, interacting with people, building relationships, losing relationships, losing people, and
Constantly growing.
practically whatever life decides to throw at you tomorrow. You just have to, my way of quote unquote escaping things is by putting it in music.
Okay.
And that might sound cliche.
It
but-
may sound cliche, but it's not.
The only reason why people feel vacation as much as they feel it
Because you.
is because it's gotten to a point right now where I can't hide from what I feel. Whatever
That's
that
so
might
beautiful, though. Does that feel great? That is the
Both.
question. Does this not feel great for you?
be. It feels great
It feels great,
and it is overwhelming.
but that's great.
But it feels great.
Yeah.
And if the purpose is being able to impact people based on what has impacted you, then that's what I'm here for.
How does your mom feel? Because that's important. Like, you come from a single parent home,
Yeah,
safe to say. Yeah. That in itself is an experience as a kid of a single parent. How does your mom feel about all of this? Jimmy has a very young, beautiful mother, by the way. Young, beautiful mother who is very supportive of her son. How has this journey now, because she's been there by your side, I'm sure, along the path for the entire time.
Totally.
How does she feel right now? Because I know if I am just someone that has met you of recent in the last few months, and I can see the momentum that is picking up with your career right now. Your mom, like, and even your siblings.
I try not to, I don't remind myself that they are proud,
But they are.
but they are. But for me, that's the reason for going. That's another reason for going at it as hard as this. If I was not placed in the positions that I'm placed in terms of LaShawn and regular life, there would be no Jimmy October. There would be no inspiration. There would be no apparent reason to do whatever I'm doing.
Right.
And that goes for family, friends, girlfriend, everything everything comes from that base in general.
Has there been anybody in particular that has been specifically like a fundamental part of your development? Is there any one particular person, or even maybe more than one person, who to you have really given you the sort of foundation that you've needed to keep going and keep developing and keep, keep this evolution? Like, do you have a key person that you tap into when Jimmy just needs to be LaShawn, or when LaShawn needs to tap into Jimmy?
It's definitely not an artist or a friend. That's my mom.
That's your mom.
When
Oh, I'm getting emotional.
when the mix is not right, or I can't finish this song, I will legitimately go to my mother and cry, normal. And nobody is going to know that but her, if it doesn't get out like right now.
And what does she say? Like, what does she give you? What is it that she brings to you that you can't get from anybody else? Is that just mom?
Whatever her mother does, that's exactly whatever her mother does. You can't get that from anybody else. Well, I can't get that from anywhere else. You can get push, and you can get inspiration from places. Yes, you can, but that base, nah.
That's mom. That's so awesome. Like, I hope she's gonna be looking at this and feel like extra special right now.
I'm feeling too much.
Yeah, I am feeling too. Like, pause is raising and stuff. Jimmy, if you can say to us in the next 6 months to a year what you, not what the industry wants for you, not what people are gonna bring in and try to approach you to do, not what people are knocking down your door to do. You as an artist, what do you want to where do you want to take this whole journey within the next, like, say, 6 months to 1 year? What do you see for Jimmy October?
Tough question.
The tough questions are the good questions.
The toughest question right now for the day. I don't know. Let me tell you something. I try to think about where I wanted to go, and the thing is, at a point in time, let's say if Tano had played that Vacation beat for me 3 years ago,
you would have said no way.
I would have said, bro, I'm good.
Not happening. Not for
Good.
Jimmy.
That's not me. I would have said that. And I want artists to pay attention to what you say and when you say it. And also be honest with yourself to know when you were wrong.
Right.
And when you don't know what's coming next.
Okay.
Everybody like to ask what's coming next, what you're going to do tomorrow.
Correct.
Unfortunately, I don't know who's going to inspire me tomorrow.
I actually was hoping you would say
don't.
that to me.
I know the end goal for Jimmy October. I know in my mind where I want to be. I know who I look up to.
Okay. That's great.
It's easy to say you're trying to be a legend or an icon or something of that sort. And what you need to be an icon or to be a legend, as much as people don't like to admit it, is other legendary people in ways that you might not even say at the time, but somebody will tell you something and you'll think about that for the rest of the day. And when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna be like, you have an idea to do something, and you're gonna wonder where that came from.
Right.
You might never figure it out. You might never figure out where it came from, but I bet you if that person didn't say what they said,
You would not have thought it.
you would not have thought it. Trust me, I am surrounded, and I want people to know that in general. I am surrounded by people that inspire me to be great. People younger than me, people more talented than me, people braver than me, people more passionate than me. Those things make me braver, more passionate, and to want more. It's easy. It's that easy.
I was speaking with Christian Calpi in an interview that RT Global did with him as well, and Christian brought up the very same thing that you just said, which was basically the magic of the team he has found. And he mentioned yourself and Tano in this team, and he talked about the beauty of that coming together of creative minds, basically, to bring content forward that each of you bring to the table. How has it been working with Christian in particular and Tanu in the songwriting, the creation of the music, even the aesthetic to a certain, because all of you have very clear and distinctive sort of brands. Tanu is amazingly funny, comical, light-hearted, fun guy. Like, he's just a fun guy. Calpi is very much a perfectionist. His vision, the way he approaches, very passionate. His visual aesthetic as well. He knows what he wants, when he wants it, how he wants it to sound. He's very intricate in the way things sound and the way he wants it to come across. And then you bring Jimmy October into the whole mix. And Calpi is here on set, and he is making faces off set, and he is making us laugh. How has it been working with the three of them? Like the two of them, the three of you as a collective.
Eye-opening.
Eye-opening.
I do have an idea of how it's going to go, or Jimmy October. I have an idea of Overdose.
Right.
I have an idea of where I want things to be.
Okay.
Other people help in that as well.
Right.
And if those other people are yes men,
Kawak.
it would never work.
Right.
Because that's gonna make me think I know what I
You know
what
everything. You know everything. Everything you put forward. Yeah,
But
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy.
very,
Yeah.
very terrible space for an artist to be in. So if you think you know,
Does Christian challenge you?
that's the word. That's the word.
Yeah.
That is the word.
And Tano, they challenge you?
That's the word.
Okay.
That entire vacation project is a challenge, and it's not a challenge that I don't want. It's a challenge that I want, and it's a challenge that is going to allow me to grow as an artist.
For sure.
And get concrete in the eyes of people that Jimmy October is going to do what Jimmy October wants to do.
Boom, bang!
Yeah, Jimmy October is not going to worry about, wow, boy, I probably shouldn't do this. And Jimmy October is going to do that because
it's pushing the envelope? Is it because you want to push the envelope too?
There are people reminding me to push the envelope, and that
and raise the bar
if
constantly.
something was not done before, or if you think playing it safe is going to work, it's not going to work, because they're not going to pay attention when you play it safe. There's going to be nothing to pay attention to. I always like to say that people aren't interested in something that they understand already.
That is the truth.
They're interested in something that
they don't know.
They can't grasp.
Yeah.
They can't grasp. And whenever I meet something that I can't grasp, I need to figure it out. And figuring that out that's pure beauty. As an artist, that's the best thing. That's like a reward to yourself, telling yourself, go.
I asked Christian a similar question, which is, we thought about what do you see for yourself in the next year to 6 months or whatever. Yeah. Is there any particular, this is just you now on your own, is there any particular artist, locally or globally, that you particularly want to work with? Just throwing it out there, like anybody, if you could say. Anybody you want to work with? Artistically, that's going to push you to, and if you only say F-O, Frank Ocean. Get real, I know you love Frank Ocean.
Jeez. As a songwriter.
Yeah.
You're talking international.
Yeah, I'm talking global.
As a songwriter, Party Next Door is interesting.
Okay.
Frank Ocean is very interesting in terms of being that courageous.
Yeah, he steps out
to
every
create.
time. Yeah. Whatever
This
the hell
is
he
me,
wants
and
to create.
I am giving this to the universe, and let's see who takes it.
Who gets it?
let's see who gets it.
Yeah, who gets it?
That's the mindset of people like Kanye West, people like Drake,
Correct.
being able to stay true to something that you think is your root.
Right.
Doesn't matter what people say. If people say you're copying something, that's their concern. But if you were copying something, it would not have made that impact that it made, because that impact would have been made already.
Correct.
So at this point, one of the things that I'm holding close to me, we might be closing, so I want to make sure I say this point.
No, go ahead.
In terms of culture, there's something I think I need people to understand about culture. And I'll go to somebody like Rashorty I when discussing this, the creator of soca.
Okay.
When Calypso was Calypso, we did not know that soca was coming.
Correct.
And I need people to understand that where the music is going is going to be determined by somebody that's brave enough to take it there. Like Rashorty I was brave enough to take it somewhere else.
To Jamu. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to take somebody that is not concerned with what's going on right now. And that's what we call creating culture, building culture.
And those are visionaries.
Exactly.
Those are the visionaries.
People that aren't brave
Yeah.
will never understand that. So, if you're an artist, you're a creator, you're a photographer, you're a videographer,
Whatever your medium is.
create culture, create something, develop something. Think about what's the next 30 years gonna sound like,
Right.
and you make it sound like what you want it to sound like.
You create it.
Make it happen.
Go brave.
Simple.
Okay.
Very simple.
I think we have shared so much information today, and people have really gotten a chance to get to know you a lot more,
Deeper.
a lot deeper. I have 2 questions that I ask everybody.
Right. I'm here for that.
Do you doubt your doubts?
Wow.
You should have seen Christian when I asked him.
Jeez.
Do you doubt your doubts? And what does that mean?
Because I think what I know it means, I'll say
Mhm.
yes.
You doubt your doubts.
And maybe that's why things happen. Because when you think, you also have to think about the other side of that and try to figure that out. I try to analyze every single thing.
And that's not always the healthiest thing,
It's
right?
not.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets answers, and other times it gets you stuck for a period.
Yeah.
And that period of time will probably bring the answers. So I'll say yes.
Okay. I don't know if you're a particularly religious person or just a spiritual person or just somebody that when you need your quiet space or your getaway, you just kind of talk to the universe or you go to nature. If you were presented and you were at the pearly gates of heaven and God opens the gates, what do you say? What does Jimmy say to God?
Maybe I'm probably not gonna say anything.
Just quiet?
I'm probably gonna ask, what was my purpose supposed to be,
Wow.
and was it fulfilled?
That's pretty deep. Did you do what you were supposed to do?
Would like to know.
You'd
Because I think I know, and we might think we know, but probably don't know until they get there. Nobody here is going to answer that question on it.
That's pretty deep. Like that's, wow, Jimmy. Did I fulfill what I came to do?
Yeah.
I love that.
That
It's a respect
getting a
there,
response,
yeah.
getting a response from that is important.
Wow, he actually stumped me here now. That's like, oof. Well, we are more or less wrapping up. I think we are. We've had a beautiful day on this beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago. We have so much that I know you are going to bring to the fore of the industry, locally, regionally, and internationally. There's so much support behind you. Like if
Thank you to everybody
yeah,
for that,
there's
for
so
sure.
much support behind
Exactly.
you, and we just want to keep saying, like, keep doing what you're doing. You are an individual for sure.
Thank you.
You are an individual for sure. Let me start that ring. So we're talking, guys. We are
Same here.
inside RT Global. This is Jimmy October. What are your handles on social media, just so that our international viewership can know?
Instagram at Jimmy October, Twitter at Jimmy October, Facebook Jimmy October fan page as well. Simple.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud Jimmy October as well. YouTube Official Overdose.
Official.
There's no other Jimmy October anywhere. I hope.
He took time in crafting
Yeah.
this name, people. Like this was a carefully
Exactly,
crafted idea. Before we close, why October?
my.
No, I know you're born in October, but
I was.
why Jimmy October? I have to ask that before we roll out.
The month. I feel like when you get here, that's when I got here.
You got here in October.
That's important.
Okay. And Jimmy.
Jimmy comes from a couple of different things. On the movie 8 Mile, Eminem
Eminem.
played a guy that was named Jimmy. Jimmy
Okay.
Brooks, I believe. I
Right.
think. Or was Jimmy Brooks?
I can't even
Drake on
remember.
Degrassi.
I
Okay.
can't remember.
He played a guy named Jimmy.
Okay.
The regular life of the person that Eminem played
Okay.
was beyond regular. He was living in a trailer.
Yeah, he
He
was
had a regular job.
regular,
He was
average
a regular
dude
guy.
doing everyday things.
And to me, that's who I am. I'm a regular guy. I'm a regular guy that believes in creating something. And one of the things that I believe is my purpose is to make people believe that if you think you don't look like what an artist looks like, if you think you don't dress like what an artist dress like, you figure out what you
You
want
are.
to look like. Figure out who you are, cut your hair how you want to cut your hair.
And the rest is history. Just do
And
you.
you figure that out and put it out there.
I hear you. Official Overdose. Jimmy
Jimmy
October.
October.
Vacation out right now.
Yes.
Download it on iTunes.
Sure.
Please check it
Go
across
get it.
all the music platforms and keep very
Keep
much in tune.
supporting
Keep
him.
supporting this
I
guy.
appreciate the support for sure.
And let's just see you go global. Like, this is it. Vacation.
You need a vacation, girl. Let me be your vacation, girl. Whatever you need, I get it in a rush. Lord knows you deserve more than enough. You need a vacation, girl. Days off by the ocean, girl. Breeze blowing in your head. Palm trees where we stay. Vacation.